Barry is a series that juggles many moving parts. This really good 4-season HBO dark comedy and drama about a hitman who gets career burnout from assassinating people and thus desires to start a new career by becoming an actor instead is a series with a shit ton going on simultaneously. To start, it's a darkly humorous show with stellar dramatic flair that can be both shocking and unpredictable. The show is about bad people who lie to themselves about who they actually are as human beings. The series absolutely skewers Hollywood with stunningly accurate satire in the same way that Arrows often skewer Boromir. It's a show that dives into various different types of toxic and awful people, and it's overall about the legacy of a master assassin and how that said master assassin debatedly doesn't deserve to get away with his crimes scot-free. And with that, a lot of events, narratives, character arcs, and themes occur in this series, enough to where it kind of sounds like there could be too much going on. After all, a lot of these narrative elements and thematic angles feel at best minimally overlapping and at worst very disparate, meaning that there's quite a lot taking place here, all to the point that in lesser hands, the show's various plots, themes, and tonal shifts could have been out of sync, no relation, with one another. It could have felt very discordant, but thankfully Barry actually works. Its base narrative of a hitman who has career burnout from killing people and thus wants to try acting is both humorous and compelling. The ways in which the story and various characters try to draw Barry back into a life of never-ending murder is very creative and enthralling. The critique and satire poking fun at Hollywood's cutthroat nature is actually cutthroat in and of itself. The show balances a dark and serious tone, but knows how to be hilarious at the same time. Like, to be clear, for an example, Barry might be put into a position to where he needs to kill some people by detonating a bomb, which is on the surface very serious, but is an event that turns hilarious, all due to how Barry is trying to detonate that package through a phone app, and when the phone app isn't working, he has to call the app's customer service in order to troubleshoot why his bomb isn't exploding, which is objectively funny. And then there's the bevy of the show's great characters and terrific performances, such as Bill Hader's Master Assassin title character. There's Henry Winkler's Gene Cousineau, who is a sleazy action teacher that Barry nevertheless looks up to. Then there's Stephen Root's Fuchs, who is Barry's handler and keeps trying to draw Barry back into a life of crime. There's Sarah Goldberg's Sally Reed, who is an aspiring actress that has a background in experiencing abuse. And then there's Anthony Kerrigan's NoHo Hank, who is a Chechen mobster that hero worships Barry, even though Barry is kind of a dick towards him. And with these performances and other elements, there are a lot of justifications to connect with Barry's narrative, themes, and characters. There's just so much here worth experiencing. And while sure, all of Barry's disparate elements of various plot lines and thematic angles might sound unconnected and disjointed, all to the point that the show's overall purpose doesn't feel obvious until the series finale, these elements are all expertly interwoven into a very compelling narrative and ultimately have an ending that ties everything together in a way that feels simultaneously cohesive and thematically logical, all while being unpredictable, which is admittedly a difficult line to walk, yet Barry does this exceptionally well. Hell, it does such a good job that I'm planning on doing a spoiler video essay on how the show nails its concluding act in a future video. I honestly have a lot more to talk about with this series, but that's for another day. Today, I just wanted to make a quick video saying, hey fucker, watch Barry. And when I say hey fucker, I mean that with a lot of respect. Because honestly, this show is just great for an endless multitude of reasons, and its final season that finished airing a few months back is among my favorite pieces of media of any type of the year so far. It's honestly great, and now that it can be experienced as a whole, there's no better time to watch Barry.